And last but not least, we find ourselves in phase number 10. This is pretty much the final phase to the making money process. Believe it or not, this phase is all about simply wash, rinse, and repeat. It's simply repeating the entire process that you've learned up until now to make more and more money. If you want to make more money, you just repeat the other phases. You start by coming up with an idea, testing that idea, and then scaling the idea. And of course, expansion. More products, more offers. That goes throughout ramping up the traffic. That's really what it all comes down to. So, you start with the new idea, you get someone to do the market research for you, and hopefully you're able to get some ideas about what the market holds by looking at the research data and what the advertisers are. Then, of course, you start by validating it. You take some of the most targeted keywords for your idea, you run campaigns that drive traffic to a landing page, you get them to opt in, and then in the content you give them after they opt in, you try to get them to go and click and buy other affiliate products. If they're starting to do that and it's coming in at a pretty good rate, then you've got something if, as we covered, you can get the distribution, if the clicks aren't too expensive and if there are enough clicks, if there are enough people searching for that type of market and that type of product. If they are, if all those things line up and it's all yes, 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 then you've got a potential home run on your hands. You can simply build out the business and scale it. And of course, the beauty is you can have an outsourced worker or workers plural do all of these steps for you. They can do the testing, they can do the scaling, and they can do the expansion for you. Then, of course, from there, you want to look and kind of going sideways. If you validate and you're making money in a market, try to go into related markets. So if you're doing something related to dog training, try to go into that market about dog health or dog exercise or dog supplements and move in a different kind of sideways direction to try to grow your customer base that way as well as your income by selling products in those other markets. Or you can simply start a new idea in a completely different market. Now, if you start one that's in the same market, you have the benefit of being able to link the sites together, sharing some content in many ways, kind of making the affiliate programs work together if you have your own products and services, so on and so forth. But it's okay to go into different markets as well. You just repeat the model. You test and validate it, and then if all the positive factors and indicators are there, you just scale it and then ramp it up. And then, of course, the last step to it all is just the maintenance, maintaining it on an ongoing basis. Having someone keeping track of the pay-per-click campaign so they're staying profitable. You don't want to just set them up and leave them alone because things can change. So constantly doing that, constantly split testing and trying to always improve things and squeeze more and more money out of the average visitor. That is, where you take all the money that's produced, whether affiliate commissions or product sales that are made from X number of visitors, let's say it's 10,000 visitors, take all the money that they produce for you and divide it into the number of visitors and you'll get a value per visitor number. That's how you know how much you can pay per click. And of course, the more offers you add to the autoresponder sequence, hopefully if you have your own products, the more things you give people a chance to buy, or the more ways you have to make money, you slowly but surely increase the value of the visitor or per visitor. And so you go from being only able to generate on average 5 cents per visitor in the beginning, and that's okay even if you're paying more for the traffic. But then you add more things to the autoresponder series and you're suddenly bringing that 5 cents up to 10 cents or 15 cents. Then maybe you have your own product. Now you can get 30 or 40 cents out per person. Maybe you have a back-end product. You have other things for that person to buy after they buy a product from you. Now you're able to get that 30 or 40 cents to 50, 60, 70 cents on average per person. And that's, of course, taking into account the people that aren't going to do anything that makes you money. So you average it all out. Well, that's how you figure out how much you can afford to pay per click. And obviously, if you can buy the clicks for less than what you can produce with it, or hopefully your return that is greater than what you pay for the clicks, you're making a profit. But even if you pay 50 cents per click and then you only can produce 50 cents in result, you're breaking even, but you're building a list for free. And so when you mail the list again, when you release a product or do other things, that's when you're making profit. But that's pretty much the entire process and the crash course for making money online. Come up with the idea, you test it with the most targeted keywords. If that doesn't work out, then go on to something else. Because if you can't convert, like I said, for the most targeted keywords, you're not going to be able to make any money from the market most likely. But then, of course, you have to be able to get to the market. Is there enough traffic? And can you afford to buy the traffic? If those are still yes, then you move into really building out the business. More affiliate offers, more things to promote to those people, more content to add to the autoresponder sequence, hiring people to write articles and really creating content on a regular basis, videos, everything, to be getting you more search engine traffic. Go after the keywords that bring in the results. Try to get high rankings for those. And then create your own products, whether it's software, information products, or anything else, membership sites. And then just really expand and grow things from there. And that's how you can build a really profitable online business.